Hi, welcome to the color planning course. I am so excited to present this information on color planning. It seems to be something that we all struggle with. Over the last 15 years of teaching workshops all over the country and helping hundreds of students color plan their rugs, I've developed several methods that work for me every time. Now, not every method works for every rug, so I'll also teach you when certain methods work better than others. Over time, your color planning skills will improve. You'll be able to sit down at your frame and hook your rug with confidence. Now, that doesn't mean you won't have any mishaps. We all run into things that we think will work, and once they're there, they don't. But I'll help you develop strategies to minimize the amount of ripping out that you have to do. Still, don't be afraid to experiment. Maybe it's not right, but try it. Not every method works on every rug, and there's no one single method that'll work every single time. I'll be teaching you a whole toolkit of things that you can use and over time improve your color planning skills. Some rugs require more color planning than others. A landscape, for instance. Sky is blue, grass is green. Color planning for a landscape tends to happen more during the design process. Where are certain buildings being placed? What color are they? Those are things that you can change and help to balance color around a rug. My rug, the Village of Pemberville, was designed in a class with Chris Butler. I worked very hard on that and hooked on it for about a month until I realized that both of the buildings with red on it is going to be on one side of the rug. I wasn't happy with the color balance. The only solution is to move two of the buildings. Luckily, rugwarp has two sides, so I ripped everything out, flipped it over, took 8 hours to redraw the pattern, but I was happy with the results, and I knew with confidence that I would be able to hook the rug in a pleasing manner, and it was a valuable lesson. Color planning for landscapes happens in the design phase. Now, there are other rugs, such as geometrics, that take a great deal of color planning. You're going to do that planning in wool or you're going to do it in paper. So let's save some time and do it in paper. That's going to be the easiest way. You're going to need a couple things. You're going to need a black line drawing of your pattern and two simple little markers. Black Sharpie, like we use for transferring patterns, and a silver Sharpie. This one's medium, this one's dark. The whiter your paper is the light. And with light, medium, and dark, we can figure out a geometric. Color comes later. While landscapes are super simple because they're already color planned, geometrics are much more difficult because you can do anything with them, but you rely heavily on value. Most rugs fall somewhere in between. They're not quite pre-planned, but you might have something that you want a certain color. I know I want this to be a bluebird. I know I want this to be a red house. I know. Based on that, we'll fill in the rest of the area. When you have a mishap in your color plan and things just aren't working out, there are strategies that you need to follow about when to rip. Hint, it's usually not the same day you hook it. Wait a little while once you have something hooked in until it kind of gets its area filled in around it, and then you'll know how it'll live in the area a little bit better. If you rip it out right away, you might rip out some of your best hooking. So my rule of thumb is if you need that area to hook, then you can rip it out. So for instance, you have 4 flowers on a rug, and you hook the first one, and you're not happy with it. Instead of ripping that out and rehooking it, go to the second flower, and then the third, and then the fourth. If you're still not happy, now you can rip out the first one. Imagine being able to sit down at your frame and hook with confidence and end up loving the results. Now, that doesn't mean you'll never have a mistake. You'll never look at something and go, ugh, I don't know what to do. But with the skills and techniques that I'll teach you, you'll be able to troubleshoot what's going on and improve your rugs and be happy with them. And you can do it by yourself. Color planning should not be scary. It might take some hard work and a little bit of practice, just like any other worthwhile skill. But you can do it. With a little practice and a little application of the methods that I'll teach, your next rug could be the best one you ever hook. So let's get started.